can, though, something like the Rel will also work, as it gives you another good ball carrier, so you're not as indexed into it being Jarvan or Bust. That's probably the most sensible one. You are going to get shoved in. And you may be reliant on trying to get good shadow at the cost of CS, and I'd rather get the CS, which is probably more valuable in the grand scheme of things. Conqueror stacked. Baus misses Rupture. I think he might be in danger here. Good silence. Needs to be afraid of the second Q. Rupture comes on out. Q. Forces flash. Very good. Flash, flash. Baus going to have to back. Doesn't have TP. Out there goes the Void. Usually their weakest is lane swap patch, making it even harder on them. Yeah, they're definitely not ready on the lane swap. I agree. Though in fairness, they weren't dealing with a lane swap. Everyone buys Ninja Tabbies, no problem. Yeah, basically. Buy your steel caps. But that would involve Nemesis and Baus building tank. Zamalek surviving for now. Wild Growth. There's the massive opportunity proc. Zamalek flashes up but gets feasted by Baus. Adiam. The problem is Frygo's about to blow up Crownie, potentially. Flash over the other side. Mini-match getting a little bit of CC down. But yeah, Crownie survived, and you just took Velia with you. But its opportunity is still actually more burst, I think. Like, yeah, like, he just did, like, an insane amount of Velia's HP bar there, even through Wild Growth. Nice. And Jinx gets a second kill. Thoughts on Wild Rift Soraka heal, but she doesn't lose any HP at all. Well, that's already a crazy option for Soraka. I don't know Wild Rift as well, but that's pretty nuts. Is her healing numbers lower? Will it be a separate game mode from normal ARAM? I believe so, yes. You'll still be able to play standard ARAM. Dragon and feat of strength for LR. Ooh, rocket! Nice block by Crownie. Not even close, baby. Mirage Cube whacks that turret down. If you're talking about a separate game mode, I think that gets a bit more nuanced. Turret goes down to the wave. Oh. You've got Baus with a potential additional secure with Feast. Keep your eyes on that. Aware the TP's coming. There's the Aatrox. They've turned on to Baus. Trying to turn it around. They've blown up a lead for Ribson, who's very squishy because he's opportunity Jarvan. They do blow up one back. Baus is down for it. Velia gets to survive with the Wild Growth, but Nemesis is now in danger. He's bloody squishy himself. Frygo now resetting. Wild Ender rolling. Crownie needs to get out of there, but he's trying to get hit by another Darkin Blade. Has to flash away. Frygo now flashing for the Q3. Trying to run further, but how much further can you run into Snowman? But the Infernal Chase knocked up by the Q, and they get the kill on Crownie, and LR overplay the Atakan. I'm not sure how that works, Blast Tester, because they won the other season, the other EMEA Masters every time they played an NLC as well. That's pretty wild, and they get... Hang on! Velia stole it! I believe it's 5 petals, which is kind of very disappointing even with Atakan. So that's for FMS. They've got 5 petals for them, and they're struggling to keep the Yunara in a good position in these fights. Velia is also now having a tough time. Opportunity just blasted his face. Oh, he's dead around Baron. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. 4v5. Your jungler's dead. I mean, that's just bad. Why were you there by yourself? Opportunity. Basically, opportunity Jarvan just went EO. Like, that will hurt here. Like, yes, if you blow up the Jinx or the Orianna before they get to do anything here, or counterpunch the Jarvan ult, then life is fine. But I don't think... It's a one-way trip, guys. It's a one-way trip. Velia's just also not tanky into Ribson there, who ulted a clone. Why is everyone ulting Wukong clones this tournament? Profane Hydra opportunity deck. Like, you're bloody squishy with this build. Bloody squishy. If you are the one engaged on, you will die. However, looking to look for the turnaround. Ribson interrupts Baus's flank angle. He will likely die now to the Aatrox. Good feast angle. Ribson flashes away. Good angle on the backline, but Zamalek survives for a second or two. Mirage Cube will likely die. That's not bad, actually, at all from Los Ratones. They turn too hard on Baus. But the problem is Frygo's now here. Nemesis trying to buy some space. But that probably means Nemesis is in danger. Frygo doesn't have flash anymore, and the Wild End is timed out. They will still get the mid lane tier 1. Also tier 3. Slightly further down the line. Crownie's trading. So that end up being... It's just more lethality, right? And you're into a Galio and a Lulu. You want to get people who've got shields and punish them for it. Q3. Oh, boy. Squishy members. How about that one, Nemesis? I get that they were trying to get some waves where they could, and they weren't necessarily expecting FMS to be there and to be rather just on the dragon. But I think you had to be respectful of the fact they didn't have to rush dragon there. And now, because you've lost Nemesis, you're a 5v4, and your inhibitors will be now under siege. You're going to go down 2 inhibitors here, realistically. For the record, I don't think it's been Cho'Gath that's the issue this game. With the exception of that unfortunate attack on Cho'Gath and Galio. But it's not fantastic when you're miles behind. We saw Nemesis absolutely blast people with it yesterday. He will die here probably. Just about escaped to the phase rush. No. Crypt from the Jinx. Faust on a flank angle won't get in. It's not bad from Velia, actually. Might get Zamalek, but there's the shield. Got the kill. That's not bad. Crownie can start turning around with the Hurricane. Really nice from Velia and Crownie. Really nice from Velia and Crownie. That's 3 for 1. Well, Bounce dies well. 3 for 2. The problem is... they've got the Aatrox in base trying to play for Nexus turrets. Oh, they're going to try and rush for the end. Oh, is it Baron for Nexus? Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. World Ender. Mirage Q stepping on forwards. They can look for a shockwave. There's the big chunk. Aatrox is still absolutely terrified. Wants to reset the ult. If he can get the pullback. Doesn't quite. Nemesis survived. Everyone is back. And they feasted the Aatrox. They over... But you are going to have to fight this soul. You can't give that up. Mid lane tier 1 probably dies to the cannon. Yeah, it does. Okay. Hang on, TP. Faust now looking for his own angle. He's unspotted. Now they know he's there. Rupture on 2. Flash for the silence. Shockwave not required because they've just blown up the Jinx. Wonderful from Baus. That gets them soul point themselves. LR, I think, have just commit to the sub. You know you want to. That is pretty good going. Hang on, in the base. Nemesis now in danger. Oh, boy, they're going to force some resets. They can kill off Nemesis. It might be some value. The problem is they don't have the Jinxes and still potentially a 3v4. Not happening. But it does sort of thwart the push a little. Velia should claim this turret. He's Wukong with clone. Will take turrets very fast at this point in the game. Sheen procs. Grubs. Everything else won't quite get the inhibitor, I don't think. Are they TPing for this? Oh, Velia. They will lose inhibitor for this. Crashing on down with some Ferromancy. Jinx rocket could come and join. Wait for it. When's the rocket flying? Not. Still, full sell out their own jungle. Frygo stepping on forward. Silence, but that's a very scary Aatrox. Q3. Baus not quite as tanky into the Aatrox as he will be into the Jinx. Jinx still not touched. Frygo. Jump over the wall. And, you know, stirring the pot because they're having fun with it. Of course there is Twitch down. What will you expect? And that's getting to members of LR. Then that can be problematic too. Well, then it just popped, missing the Darkin Blade onto Crownie. Potentially quite big. That will mean Frygo will not have ult going into this Ocean Soul play. Ooh, jump on the bows. He needs to survive. Redemption comes on through. Does survive. They've blown up Ripson. That was what we were worried about. The opportunity building. Soul and Baron. 40 minutes into the game. And the content is real. Which is not bad. It's a good item here. I fear FMS will have screwed this, and it's a good position now for LR. I wouldn't judge it by the last 5 minutes. People should buy Crypt Bloom more. It's a banger item. Yeah, it's true. Reckless hasn't been threatened. He's now on 3 items. That's not a bad jump. Oh, Crownie. Oh, Crownie. Dying on They're going to try and have Wukong shove for inhibitor at the very least. Can they hold the wave? They're sending the Aatrox back. Aatrox has TP. Aatrox is basically protecting the waves. You've got 25 seconds till Crownie's up. We're going to get the second inhibitor. Elder will be in 3 minutes. An Ocean Soul means nothing if you die in about a second flat. Crownie Soul Blade of the Ruin King for Bloodthirst. At this point in the game, that's perfectly fine. Velia. Oh man, Wild Growth required. That's the one that came off cooldown. Rygo trying to survive, gets a lot of healing himself. Ocean Soul value is good. Value gets a Cyclone off. Crownie got the job. All the while, flash on forward. An AP Cho'Gath murders Mirage, who doesn't have the flash. GA earns value. They can't kill Crownie. Triple kill to him. Quadra kill to him. Flashes for the fun of it. And LR make it content, make it cinema, and clutch out an insane game. They were down 8,000 gold. And a Baron, and 2 inhibitors. And Nexus turrets were falling. And they still managed to win the game. Well, the Michael Bay direction's in. They've certainly got enough explosions. But once again, the wins are nothing short of a heart attack. Front line, and is also not bad in terms of the comp because he likes diving in as well. Okay, I'm happy with Gragas. Yeah, I agree. Out about that, and we're posting about it today saying, yo, we want you disqualified, and now it's kind of devolved into a massive Twitter war. And Riot are now investigating as of a couple of hours ago. So we'll see where it goes. Baus has to flash topside. Ribson is here, though. Baus does not have E or flash. That is probably a very dead Gragas. Tries to go for the wave. Eviscerate forwards. Good stun, but doesn't take turret aggro. Drops the W, gets the kill. Nicely managed, and they get it. Dragon goes down. LR will pick that one up quite happily. How many beers for old Lollipoppy? 2. Third one I think you don't have to play for here. Here come the resets. So yeah, leave it. You don't want to be there anymore. You're happy enough having... Gave you attack speed. Baus on a really... It's the same flank angle that screwed them last time. Oh my god, he does it 2 games in a row. Zamalek does get out at least this time. But I'm not sure how it's feeling for FMS. Good route from Crownie. Not actually the best in the end. They get bounced with a wonderful engage, but don't finish what they started. Do finally kill one member. The Rune Prison comes on down. Nemesis is here. Can look to flash forwards. The Essence Flux has come on in. They pick up the Dragon. Lots of Spell Flux coming across. Knock up from the Grand Entrance. Another route. Gonna try and call the pack. Shunted into the wall with Heroic Full Bowson's Law. Gonna try and smite that one. That's an early smite. Got it with the Featherfall. It's fine. All flash forwards for the Pulverize. Value might die. Nice heroic charge out. Trying to get the quickness. Baus likely dies, but actually nice to knock Zamalek away. Body slam after. Into the barrel roll. Does die to the Acathian Rain. Lost 2 now. Featherstorm comes on through. Misses the Featherfall because rips him with a really good dodge aside. Nemesis wasn't there. Well, actually, they just get feats of strength from that. Oh, Los Ratones. That's a really unfortunate fumble. What happened? And I just fumbled fairly hard there. Now the Kaiser's in a really good spot. Just had the Cull cash in. Buries at 1 item. Velia now potentially in danger alongside Nemesis. It's a 2-front fight as Crownie's trading well in the backside. In comes the Kaiser. Immediately charmed. Reckless Battle Dance is out. Extended range. TP from Baus on the backside. Keeper's Verdict knocks one away. This is looking better for Los Ratones. Frigo has to flash. Looking to get a bit of a stack. Nice cask from Baus. Helps bring down the Cassante. And Los Ratones come away with 2. Realm warping forwards. They want to continue extending. Massive 3-man pulverize, but Crownie's not here. Flash shot into the wall. They blow up the Kaiser. Now the Alistair's in danger. Has got the unbreakable will, but his body is a different matter. Shattered. Nem's going to get the other tier 1. Yeah, this Rise. He's about to hit 10 stacks on the darks on the rower as well. Can call the pack to turn it around. Here comes that TP. Herald sent mid. Velia now putting the Steadfast Presence. Stops the dogs hitting him. Flash forward for Mini Magic. Gets beyond there as they time the Steadfast Presence well. But Crownie will go up to the sky. Goes to pull the feathers down. In the backside, Baus and Reckless bring down Zamalek. And they bring down his partner just after. Kaiser and Alistair left to the wolves, and that's ironic because Neferi's on their team. That's a con. A flip, a gamble. Catch them off guard and then just failed the retreat. They tried to pull off it and pulled off it poorly. I think it's bad decision making. But I think they are running out of good options here. Velia, what a Steadfast Presence. Zamalek's dead again. Mini Magic will fall. That feels very copy-passable. Just change out FMS to whichever team is required. You can feel pretty great about it. Mirage Q just about survives. Velia's gone quite deep here. Velia might die. Oops. Lost Ratones. That's a bit silly. Yeah, like we said we much preferred the Los Ratones draft for a reason. It was going to be a lot harder for FMS to navigate. Not that their draft is a bad one per se, but it's just hard to play into Los Ratones. Cask into the wall, Ribson's dead, doesn't have the ability to call the back and immune stuff, dies. Zed might manage it, you deal with Poppy well, because you're not a dash, you're a blink. Mini-match check. Gonna throw down the Unbreakable Will, and again, that is very much with asterisks. Terms and conditions apply. The terms be X amount of time. The conditions means when I'm not surrounded by 5 Los Ratones members. So, for Los Ratones on the table, Ribson gets rooted by the Rune Prison alongside all his dogs, forced to run away with the call of the pack. The pack says, yeah, son, I can't help you. Run away. Hell between his legs, Baron. Okay, it's another flip. They've decided they can't win straight up, so they need to flip where they can. They don't actually have the jungler here, so I think they should just get Baron. What about the fight afterwards? Okay, take the objective bounty. LR coming to fight this, but it's a little bit late. In they go, so looking to play this one. Oh my days, they're so far ahead. They do blast Reckless, but Mirage Q, I think, dies. Flash over the wall, Bounce gets the body slam regardless. Does he have a cast? No, he doesn't. Frygo with the all-out angle. FMS very low. Crownie looking for an angle himself. Could potentially flash. I don't think we'll do it. Ribson a little bit low himself. Belly looking to shut into wall. Flash on forward with the heroic charge. Nemesis finishes it up with an EQ. The spell flux and the overflow enough to bring down one. Ends up being 1-4, but at least they got Baron. FMS needed something. That'll have to do. Yeah, Maokai's banned, if I remember correctly. It was indeed first round. Both games, actually. Bit of a stun to mini-match. Jacob goes in, and the Mieć gets steadfast presented. Presented. No presents to be found. The only presents they find is death. Speaking of T1, yeah, everyone sees the T1 Baron and goes, oh yeah, that counts. Very fair. Realm Warp. Gonna drag the wave elsewhere. They don't finish the inhibitor! Doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. 3 minutes till Baron. At least the Baron from FMS. Oh boy, that will have to be a very well-timed between worlds. Nice steadfast presence, potential pick onto Reckless going forwards. Good pulverize, but in comes the Realm Warp, but here come the rest of Los Ratones. Soundwalker to the backside, on top of Crown. He's now beginning to turn on it. Flash forward to the grand entrance, keeps him alive. Nice work from Reckless. Bounce in the middle of 4. It's absolutely unbothered. Moisturize, certainly not in his lane, but neither were FMS. And they all get murdered. Los Ratones, 2-0. Content over. Success found. They move on to playoffs. And they make it cinema as they do. Faust. Of course. Will execute to the fountain in celebration. Not even close, baby. Never worried. Never worried. And all the rats around Europe and the world